trials, this very, very prestigious building and a great place to swim and compete. And the women coming out for our first event on the program, the 200-meter freestyle. Talked about three outstanding American women, Rowdy: Katie Hoff, Missy Franklin, and Dana Vollmer. We're going to see them all right away. And for Katie Hoff, a silver medal in the 400-meter freestyle. A great accomplishment, but that was a big disappointment for Katie Hoff, and something you think she's carried with her for quite some time.
Yeah, she struggled with it for a long time, but you know, she really had a nice comeback last summer and is swimming very well here.
Lost that 400 meter to Italy's Federica Pellegrini, who holds the world record. The American leader, the American record holder is Allison Schmidt in lane 1. Kate Ziegler, the fast swim team out of California. Genevieve SAUMUR will be in lane 2 from Canada, 8th in the 400 meters in Beijing. Dana Vollmer, who we've mentioned briefly, California Aquatics, 3rd in the 2009 World Championships and a gold in 2004. That was in Athens. There is Dana Vollmer. Katie Hoff will be in lane 4, also out of the fast swim team. Talked about that 1 silver medal, also won 2 bronze medals in Beijing. And 15-year-old Missy Franklin, the second fastest qualifier in the 200-meter freestyle, will be in lane 5. She qualified in 1:59.42. Tremendously promising newcomer Barbara Jardin from Canada will be in lane 6. Chloe Sutton will be in lane 7 out of Mission Viejo, and Brittany McLean will be at the top of your screen out of Canada. In lane 8, the final qualifier at 2:02 and 15/100ths. And there is Brittany McLean. 4 lengths of the pool, 200-meter freestyle, fastest time in the world so far this year. Camille Mouffon from France, 1:56 and 63/100ths.
All the race shapes up to be in the middle of the pool. As you mentioned, we talked at the top of the broadcast, right there, lanes 5, 4, and 3. 2 veterans on the American scene, Vollmer and Hoff. Missy Franklin, the youngster, in lane number 5.
And Missy Franklin, Rowdy, you're talking about earlier, she is so talented at so many different strokes and so many different disciplines that this is not one of her specialties, but still she was the second fastest qualifier.
Well, you know, in reality, though, this could be a huge specialty for her as we head into the next summer. She's just a great 200 freestyler. It really suits her well. She's got a nice long stroke, over 6 feet tall, great length of stroke, great distance per stroke. She's got nice posture in the water. Right there in lane number 5, you can see her kind of riding the hips a little bit of Dana Vollmer. If you count 4 from the bottom, Katie Hoff right there in the middle, that white cap out to a slight lead. Franklin right above her in lane number 5.
Turned in 57.92, the lead right now for Hoff. Missy Franklin in lane 5 and Dana Vollmer in lane 3. Vollmer falling off the pace just a little bit. Right now it's Hoff and Franklin.
I like the way Katie Hoff has made this huge comeback the last year. I mean, it would have been so easy, Paul, to just give up. I mean, you know, she was at an age where women's change is made so much, but all of a sudden you kind of see Franklin right there above her. Now in the prelim, she came back on Franklin at the end. That was a bit of a slow turn, and you know what Katie Hoff has done a good job at? She's moved over to the left a little bit, actually swimming right down the middle of the pool right now. I really like the way Katie Hoff's looking coming home this last 25 meters or so.
Katie Hoff without about a half a body length lead and looking to extend that. Missy Franklin in lane 5 is second, and falling off the pace is Dana Vollmer. Barbara Jardin from Canada may get in for 3rd, and down at the bottom of the pool, Kate Ziegler with a strong swim as well. But in the middle of the pool, as we thought, Katie Hoff out of fast swim team in California is the winner of our first event on the program this evening here in Indianapolis, the women's 200-meter freestyle.
I think both of those swimmers are going to be very happy with that, Paul. I mean, if you look at 57.9 at this point of the year, that's the second fastest time in the world so far. And then you've got Missy Franklin up there in lane number 5, 15, let's mention that again. 158 plus on her. She's just a 1/10 of a second off her best time. Neither one of these ladies are coming in here in any kind of peak form, so you know this early in the year, yeah, we're still a little early in the year. Even though it's March, we're still early in the swimming season. Very nice swim. You can see right there in the middle, Katie Hoff just doing a nice job of getting in, putting her head down, and Missy Franklin, a smart swimmer. Smart in the fact that she moved over against that lane line, trying to catch a little bit of a draft come home. She just didn't have enough oomph getting in the last 15, 20 meters.
So the winner once again is Katie Hoff, followed by 15-year-old Missy Franklin. Dana Vollmer a little bit off the pace, and Katie Hoff joining us now down on the deck, trying to catch your breath after a pretty tough race. Where did you think that you took advantage in this race with Missy Franklin? They're still right with you with 50 meters to go.
Honestly, I didn't ever really feel like I had it until the last 25, because I remember in Austin where she almost ran me down. So I think on the last 50, I just really tried to have a good breakout and put my head down and try to race, and I'm really happy with that. I wanted to get under 158. So.
And Katie, that was my question. Were you happy with that time? 57.9. At least at this point of the year has to be a pretty good time for you.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super happy with that. I think it took me till June to get under 158 last year, so couldn't be happier where I am right now.
Katie, go catch your breath. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Congratulations. That's a great swim against a very, very strong field indeed. Katie Hoff swims in the 157s and takes the first event of the evening so far, the women's 200-meter freestyle. Number 1, Chloe Sutton, JARDIN, McLean, and Vollmer, a little bit of a disappointing finish down in 7th, and Genevieve SAUMUR finishes in 8th. Next event will be the men's 200-meter freestyle, the consolation final. That's a good time by Katie Hoff, and waiting on the awards to be presented to Hoff and Missy Franklin and Ziegler.
It was a little disappointing for Dana Vollmer. She came in with a pretty good prelim time right at 2 minutes, so she was almost a second and a half slower than that. It's just so hard to determine, though, Paul, where these ladies, where these athletes in general are stacking up in their training. Some are really in the middle of some really hard training. I'm talking about going 8, 10, 12 miles a day in the water, and some of them have come down and maybe peak a little bit here and want to swim a good Grand Prix. You know, we'll see that a little bit later on, especially on the men's side, for example. You know, we talked about the international swimmer Ousma Luli from Tunisia had just an amazing Grand Prix a few weeks ago. Well, he came in and he tapered for it. He peaked for it. Kate Ziegler, nice job of getting under 2 minutes. Better known as a distance swimmer, 400, 800. She swam in Beijing.
Ziegler going back to 05 and 07, back-to-back world championships, so back very much in the mix.
I think all 3 swimmers will be happy with their time. As you talk to Katie, you know she's going to be happy. Just the fact that, as she said, it took her till June to get under 158 last summer. She wasn't even close to that in 09, so a real nice swim for Katie Hoff and the rest of the swimmers.
So congratulations to Katie Hoff. The 15-year-old Missy Franklin takes 2nd. Kate Ziegler is 3rd in the women's 200 meters.